Coronation Street's Brody Michaelis is left horrified this week as he's wrongly accused of being responsible for Betsy Swain's health scare. Brody finds himself dragged into scandal as his friend and love rival Dylan Wilson scrambles to clear his own name following Betsy's 2 strokes. Betsy was rushed to hospital last night, and it later emerged that she'd suffered a blood clot caused by damage to an artery in her neck. The teen explained the cause, confirming that she and boyfriend Dylan had experimented with consensual strangulation during sex. Betsy's mom Lisa then confronted Dylan in anger, berating him for causing Betsy's injuries. In an earlier scene, Brody had casually mentioned visiting Betsy's house, which Dylan found strange at the time. In Friday's episode, Lauren Bolton intervenes by warning Dylan that Betsy doesn't want to see him. Much like Lisa, Lauren is appalled by the situation, explains our Corey insider. She tells Dylan that Betsy is in a bad way and he should keep his distance for a while. Betsy has no idea that Lauren has meddled like this, and she's also unhappy when she learns that Lisa has reported Dylan to the police, leading to his arrest. Later, Dylan heads into the Rovers with his dad Sean Tully, but Lauren stands firm by refusing to serve them. Dylan fights his corner, though, explaining that he thinks Brody is responsible for what happened to Betsy. Sadly, Dylan is still in denial because he doesn't fully appreciate that it can take a while for worrying symptoms to develop, adds our source. As Brody was with Betsy more recently, Dylan creates a scenario in his mind where they must have secretly slept together. This extra confusion is the last thing that anyone needs, so how will Betsy and Brody react when they find out what Dylan has been saying? Weatherfield is about to be turned upside down once again as Coronation Street prepares to deliver another gripping storyline involving Brody and Betsy. Just when residents think life is beginning to settle, a shocking accusation threatens to destroy friendships, tear families apart, and place one teenager at the center of a storm that could change everything. Brody has spent weeks trying to convince those around him that he's turning over a new leaf. While his past mistakes continue to haunt him, he's determined to prove he's more than the troublemaker everyone believes him to be. Unfortunately for Brody, old reputations die hard in Weatherfield. The drama begins when Betsy suddenly finds herself caught in a frightening situation that leaves everyone asking the same question: who is responsible? As details slowly emerge, suspicion spreads rapidly across the street, and Brody quickly becomes the prime suspect. Several residents are convinced that Brody must have been involved. His history of bad decisions makes him an easy target, and whispers begin circulating before anyone knows the full story. Some believe the evidence against him is overwhelming, while others wonder whether the community is rushing to judgment without knowing the facts. For Betsy, the ordeal is deeply traumatic. Already facing personal struggles, she never expected to become the center of such a dramatic investigation. Friends rally around her, but the emotional toll becomes impossible to hide as she struggles to process everything that has happened. Meanwhile, Brody is left stunned by the accusations. Despite insisting on his innocence, he quickly realizes that very few people are willing to believe him. Every attempt he makes to defend himself only seems to fuel further suspicion, leaving him isolated from almost everyone around him. The situation becomes even more complicated when new evidence appears to support the claims against him. A seemingly innocent detail suddenly takes on huge significance, leading several residents to believe the case is already solved. However, Coronation Street fans know better than to trust first impressions. As more pieces of the puzzle fall into place, cracks begin appearing in the original theory. Small inconsistencies raise uncomfortable questions, forcing some characters to reconsider whether Brody is truly guilty or simply being blamed because of his reputation. Betsy herself begins questioning what really happened. Certain memories don't quite match the version of events everyone has accepted, and she starts wondering if someone else has manipulated the situation. Her doubts create tension among those closest to her. Some urge her to trust her instincts, while others insist she's only confusing herself during an emotional time. The conflicting advice leaves Betsy torn between seeking the truth and avoiding even more heartbreak. For Brody, every passing day becomes a battle. The accusation affects every part of his life. Friends distance themselves, adults treat him with suspicion, and opportunities he hoped would help him rebuild his future begin slipping away. His family also feels the pressure. Defending Brody means risking criticism from the entire community, yet abandoning him could destroy their relationship forever. Emotional confrontations expose old wounds and unresolved conflicts, making an already difficult situation even more painful. As investigators continue examining the case, another unexpected twist changes everything. A new witness comes forward with information that challenges the original timeline. Suddenly, the evidence against Brody doesn't seem nearly as convincing as it once did. While this doesn't completely clear his name, it opens the possibility that the real culprit has remained hidden in plain sight all along. The revelation sends shockwaves through Weatherfield. Residents who were certain of Brody's guilt begin questioning their own actions. Some feel guilty for judging him too quickly, while others stubbornly refuse to change their opinions despite the emerging doubts. The storyline also highlights one of Coronation Street's strongest themes, the danger of allowing assumptions to replace facts. Throughout the years, Weatherfield has repeatedly shown how quickly rumors can spread and how difficult it can be to repair the damage once accusations take hold. Betsy's emotional journey remains at the heart of the story. More than simply uncovering who is responsible, she must rebuild her confidence after experiencing such a frightening ordeal. Her courage throughout the investigation earns admiration from friends and viewers alike, even as she struggles with uncertainty. As the truth edges closer, tensions reach boiling point. Characters who have hidden secrets begin acting nervously, and unexpected alliances form as people desperately try to protect themselves or those they care about. The eventual revelation promises to leave Weatherfield stunned. If Brody is innocent, he'll face the difficult challenge of rebuilding a reputation already damaged by the accusations. Even after being cleared, many residents may struggle to forget how easily they believed the worst about him. On the other hand, if hidden evidence ultimately proves his involvement, the consequences could be devastating, not only for Brody but for everyone who chose to stand by him despite growing suspicion. Either outcome guarantees emotional fallout that will continue affecting multiple families long after the mystery is solved. Fans are already speculating across social media, with theories ranging from secret witnesses to surprise villains and unexpected betrayals. Some believe the storyline is setting up a major redemption arc for Brody, while others think Coronation Street is preparing one of its biggest twists of the year. Whatever the truth may be, one thing is certain: this gripping storyline will keep viewers guessing until the very end. With shocking accusations, emotional confrontations, hidden clues, and unexpected revelations, the drama surrounding Brody and Betsy is shaping up to be one of Coronation Street's most compelling storylines in recent months. As Weatherfield braces for another explosive chapter, fans should prepare for plenty of surprises, because in Coronation Street, nothing is ever quite as straightforward as it first appears. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Crown ST.